Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for stopping on in for today's college football pick video play for August 30th, 2018. And this one talking about this matchup here between New Mexico State and Minnesota. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this matchup down in the comment section. And also, if you're interested, you can check out all of our plays, including our daily free play over at our main website, stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. So heading into this one, New Mexico State, of course, coming up well short in that week, I guess technically week 0 matchup at home against the Wyoming Cowboys. And New Mexico State last year surprised a lot of people. They ended up going to a bowl game. They won that bowl game, and as a result, expectations have risen a bit for this football program, but it looks like replacing their starting quarterback as well as their starting running back, and also maybe this group just overperforming in 2017 and not being able to live up to that same level of play in 2018 might be a possibility, because in their opening matchup against Wyoming, they looked really rough, specifically on the offensive side of the ball, as they went on to lose to Wyoming by a final of 7-29. So losing that one by 22 points. Our one play on the higher confidence end for week 1 of college football, we had the undergoing in that one, given Wyoming's strength on the defensive side of the ball and also with the pace that the Cowboys tend to play at. So we did hit on that one, with the total only getting up to 36 points in that matchup. And New Mexico State, they could have a tough time scoring in this one on the road against Minnesota, especially going in to a shorter week of preparation. But in their opening contest, we saw Romero go on to complete 16 of 27 passes for 140 yards, 1 touchdown to 0 interceptions. But a lot of that just came in junk time down the stretch of the fourth quarter, where before that point, when it was Wyoming's first team defense, New Mexico State basically had a tough time even getting any first downs up on the board. And then in terms of their rushing yards, it was a non-existent attack there for New Mexico State, picking up -9 yards on 16 attempts against Wyoming. And today they're going against a Minnesota team which is comparable in a lot of ways to Wyoming, and maybe even a little bit better in terms of their overall talent, but a team that's going to lean on their defense while not having quite the same level of offensive potency as a team that would be in the higher tier, of course, over in the Big Ten. But Minnesota, they can have success this season leaning on their defense as they continue to develop offensively. And head coach PJ Fleck for the Golden Gophers, I loved the hire, bringing him over into Minnesota, and he's doing a good job on the recruiting trail, bringing in talent, but it's probably going to take maybe a couple years or so before he gets Minnesota to the point where they're seriously competing over in the Big Ten West. But things were somewhat respectable for Fleck in his first year. He went 5-7 overall, and a number of the losses that Minnesota suffered were in lower scoring competitive contests. Their offense had a tough time getting going, but again, like I said, they leaned a lot on their defense to keep them close in games, which is probably what they're going to be doing here again in 2018. So I see this as a really tough matchup for New Mexico State. They're on a short week of preparation, and they showed a really tough time competing with Wyoming in terms of moving the ball on their defense as well as getting consistent yardage on the flip side. So I think that they could have similar issues here today on the road against the Golden Gophers. So with that being the case, I feel like the better play is siding with the home team here, taking Minnesota to cover this spread, which is at about 17.5 points. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our college football plays for Week 1's action over at stumpthespread.com. Link down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for future videos.